Hello, and welcome to the So What's the Catch Facebook page, or if you're watching this later on the So What's the Catch YouTube channel or another YouTube channel, we appreciate you tuning in. So, it's a Wednesday, and you were probably expecting us to do an episode of So What's the Catch today, because every Wednesday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we do an episode. It's me, James, Brian, and the wild card, Turk Berserk. However, we are changing things up this week. How? Well, we're not doing an episode of So What's the Catch today or tonight. We are actually going to be doing it on Friday, April 15th from noon until 2 o'clock. Why are we doing it on Friday, April 15th? For a couple reasons. One, it's Jackie Robinson Day, and Brian and James are obsessed with baseball, so it just felt fitting. Two, that April 15th is when the Cleveland Cavaliers are hosting the winner of tonight's Hawks Hornets game to see who will play the Miami Heat in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Three, it is going to be the Cleveland Guardians home opener as they take on the San Francisco Giants. And four, it's the first night of Passover. So we just figured with all that stuff happening, it made sense to move this week's show to Friday. And so we can talk about all that stuff and much more. Don't worry. Again, you're still getting So What's the Catch? It's just that it's happening on Friday, not today. But I also wanted to come on here and just talk a little bit about the Cavaliers playing game against the Brooklyn Nets. I have two primary reasons why we lost that game. One is because of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. It's simple. Brooklyn had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. We did not have star players to match up with them. It's that simple. But there's a second reason, all right? I'm pulling up the box score right now on my trusty mobile computer. Let me pull it up here. Box score. Isaac Okoro, who's in the starting lineup, had 0 points. Let me say that again. Our starting shooting guard, Isaac Okoro, 0 points. 0. That is unacceptable. Let me go down the list. Lamar Stevens, 7 points. Chetty Osman, 2 points. Not good enough. Not good enough. Rajon Rondo, 7 points. Okay, that's fine. But Darius Garland had 34. Caris LeVert actually showed up, and he scored 12 points. Lauri Markkanen, 13 points. I'll take it or leave it on that one. Evan Mobley, 19 points. Good enough. I would have liked a little bit more, maybe getting up into the 20s, but 19 is reasonable. But come on. Isaac Okoro, you're in the starting lineup and you give us 0? What do you expect us to do with that? How do you expect us to win when we're playing essentially 4-on-5 in basketball? He was 0 of 3 on field goals in 13 minutes. 0 of 3. And all of his shots were from 3-point range. No free throws, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. And he's in our starting lineup? No, can't have that. Sorry, just can't. Chetty Osman, 2 points in 21 minutes of action. No, that is not good enough. 0 of 4 on field goals, 0 of 2 from 3-point, and he got his 2 points by making 2 free throws. Great job. That's not good enough. You in a playing game, where it's you win and you're in. You can't have somebody coming off the bench and only getting 2 points. That's not good enough. Again, Isaac Okoro, I can't stop harping on this. I'm sorry, but in 13 minutes of action, you go 0 of 3 from 3-point range, and that's the only 3-point shots you take, and you get 0 points. Not good enough. And you had 1 rebound and one assist, no steals, no blocks, no turnovers. That's okay. And your only rebound was a offensive rebound, so that's good. But still, I can't have that. I can't have somebody in the Cavs starting lineup getting me 0. The Nets, the Nets won because Kevin Durant got 25 points and Kyrie Irving got 34. In 34 minutes of action, Seth Curry got 0 points. Bruce Brown, 18 in 40 minutes of action, got 18 points. Andre Drummond, 19 minutes of action. Guess what he got? 16 points. Let's see. Nicholas Claxton, in 29 minutes, he got 13 points. Patty Mills, in 17 minutes of action, he got 6 points. So basically, for Brooklyn, it was the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving show. I mean, again, it makes sense why we lost, because we don't have an all-star yet. We don't have a, let me say it like this. We're on the verge of having possibly 2 all-stars, but we don't yet. Darius Garland made his first all-star team. And according to Chirk Berserk, that's like one of the biggest categories when determining if a player is great or not. But Chirk Berserk is our wild card. So take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, so I want to make sure this isn't just a one and done type thing for Darius Garland. Here's my thing, though, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this more on Friday when we do So What's the Catch. Again, if you're tuning in late, we are moving So What's the Catch to Friday at noon, and it will go from noon to 2 o'clock. We're doing that because Friday is the Cleveland Guardians home opener. The Cavaliers will be hosting the play-in tournament against the winner of the game between the Atlanta Hawks and Charlotte Hornets, which is just about to start as I am recording this live. And it's also the first night of Passover. So we decided to move the show accordingly. But I think Garland and Mobley can become all-stars. I'm not ready to say they're going to be superstars, but again, I want to make sure. Is this a one and done? Is this a 1-year wonder for Darius Garland, or is he actually becoming a legit all-star? For Evan Mobley, can he build on this next season? Because we've seen this with not just in the NBA, but when you have a breakout season, teams are going to make adjustments and they will defend you differently next season. Look at what happened with the Cleveland Browns to end the 2020 season. We played a certain style. It got us to the playoffs, and we only ended up losing by 5 against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC divisional round. What happens? What happens the next season? Our opponents made changes on how they were going to guard us or defend us, and we struggled. Part of that, I think, is because of Baker Mayfield, but I think we all agree on that for the most part. But either way, that's what's going to happen for Evan Mobley and some of these other rookies. Scotty Barnes of the Toronto Raptors, which we will be making our playoff predictions on So What's the Catch on Friday. Speaking of which, Brian actually tried to make a wager with me. I'll bring this up on the show on Friday again, but I've been a diehard Chicago Cubs fan since I was little. Growing up, I loved watching Carlos Zambrano, Derek Lee, Alfonso Soriano. I know most Cubs fans didn't like him, but I liked Kosuke Fukudome, Sammy Sosa, Zambrano, what, and all those guys. But because I did so well in terms of my NFL playoff predictions, pretty much only getting Cincinnati right every step of the way up until the Super Bowl, Brian wanted me to put my Chicago Cubs fandom on the line and say that I had to disavow the Cubs as my favorite team if I didn't get my NBA playoff predictions right. No way. I'm not doing that. I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, as you know. If you watched our shows, you know how crazy I can be. But I'm not that crazy. Sorry, Brian. I can't do it. Nope. No. I cannot do it. But right now, the Hornets-Hawks game is about to start. And this game will determine who the Cavaliers host for the playing game on Friday. Speaking of which, actually, this had a bit of an implication because the Cleveland Monsters, the AHL affiliate of the Columbus Blue Jackets, were supposed to host the Laval Rocket on Friday, April 15th. The Laval Rocket are the affiliate of the Montreal Canadiens. However, because the Cavaliers are now hosting the play-in tournament on Friday, that game has been pushed to tomorrow, April 14th. And we are just about to start here in Atlanta. Hornets are wearing their throwback jerseys, is what you would call them. And the Hawks are wearing I think those are their road black jerseys. Atlanta, you need to get rid of that logo. I want the Hawks to get rid of that Pac-Man logo. I want them to go back to the logo they had before. The one with the actual hawk and he had the basketball in his talons. I loved that logo. That was my personal favorite logo that the Hawks have had. I love the Charlotte Hornets logo. So here we go. This win or go home game is about to tip off. Just some lights and stuff going on. The Hornets have won 11 of their last 15 games, and the Hawks have won 7 of their last 9 games. Trae Young looks ready to go. LaMelo Ball also looks ready to go. As a Cavaliers fan, I really don't know who I would rather play. Going against Trae Young would be terrifying. Going against LaMelo Ball would be terrifying. And we are underway as Charlotte starts with it. I'm not going to be doing a live stream like this through the whole game. But Hornets have the first possession. Rozier puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Atlanta. Trae Young bringing it up. Met by Terry Rozier. Trae gets it over the half-court line. Gets a pick from Danilo Gallinari. Young trapped. Gallinari over to, I believe that is DeAndre Hunter. No good. I'll give you some play-by-play up until the Hornets or Hawks score. LaMelo gets it to go, and the Hornets take a 3-0 lead. Let's see if Atlanta can respond. Trae Young, no. Yes, he gets the shot to go, and it is 3-2. I didn't even know the Carolina Hurricanes were playing the Atlanta Thrashers. Yes, that was meant to be a joke, especially because the Atlanta Thrashers no longer exist. They became the Winnipeg Jets as the Charlotte Hornets hit another three-pointer, and it is now 6-2 Charlotte. So early on, it looks like we're going to be playing Charlotte, but there is still 10:35 to go in the first quarter. So we still got a long way to go. Trae Young can catch fire. Kevin Huerter can catch fire. Danilo Gallinari can start making shots. Clint Capella can start dominating inside. This is a good Atlanta Hawks team. So Charlotte better not take their foot off the gas pedal. The one good thing about losing yesterday is it gives Jarrett Allen more time to recover from his finger injury, which we've had to deal with injuries all season long. But that injury was to Jarrett Allen is the one that really was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because I think if Jarrett Allen had stayed healthy, I don't think we would have been in the play-in tournament. I think we could have gotten into that 4-6 playoff range. Do I think we could have won a series? Depending on the matchup, maybe. As Atlanta hits a jump shot and they cut the Charlotte lead to 6-4. But being that if we win on Friday, we would be the 8th seed and take on the Miami Heat. No, I do not think we would pull off the upset. I think Miami would win that series. However, I do think we could make that series interesting. Trae Young, no. Rebound to Atlanta, but they cannot get the putback to go. Back come the Hornets. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. 6-4 Charlotte as a foul is called. Looks like the foul is going to be called on Danilo Gallinari. Anyway, if the Cavaliers do end up winning on Friday and face the Miami Heat, I think we could push that series to 6 games. The full 7? No. But I think we could make it interesting. So as of right now, the playoffs matchups would look like this. Miami would play the winner of Cleveland against either Charlotte or Atlanta. Boston is taking on Brooklyn. The defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks will play the Chicago Bulls. And the Philadelphia 76ers will take on the Toronto Raptors. Over in the West, the Phoenix Suns will play either the Los Angeles Clippers, the San Antonio Spurs, or the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans and Spurs play each other in the 9-10 game tonight for the Western Conference. As Charlotte gets the dunk and they extend their lead to 8-4. Looks like it was... Oh, no, it was not Bridges. It was Washington. I think his first name is PJ Washington. Let me double check. Let me go to the ESPN app super quick. Yep, PJ Washington. I was right. So over in the West, it is the Phoenix Suns, the defending Western Conference champions, taking on either the LA Clippers, the New Orleans Pelicans, or San Antonio Spurs. And then you have the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. As the Hawks hit a three-pointer, and it is now 8-7 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lots of 8s. Never mind, Charlotte gets the dunk, and they extend their lead to 10-7. And then the 3-6 matchup is the Golden State Warriors taking on the Denver Nuggets. And then in the 4-5 matchup, you have the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Utah Jazz. as Charlotte misses the three-pointer and Atlanta gets the rebound. Here comes Trae Young. Kevin Huerter, no. A three-pointer from DeAndre Hunter, yes. And the Hawks tie it up at 10. Playing, like I said, playing either one of these teams would be difficult for the Cavaliers. I guess I would prefer to go against Charlotte because Trae Young has just been terrifying against us. But facing off with LaMelo Ball would not be easy either. Neither one of these teams would be easy. I'm not going to tell you my playoff predictions right now because we are going to save that for Friday's show. But just wanted to come on here, give you an update of why there wasn't an episode of So What's the Catch today, and let you know again that the show will still be happening as the Hawks take a 12-10 lead with 6:59 to go in the first quarter. And we will go to our first commercial break. So, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on Friday for So What's the Catch?